Hello everybody, here are your arachnids here. We're going to do some feeding and just a couple updates, and have another tarantula we're going to be rehousing. I'm not going to do it on camera. I don't even have the holes or anything drilled in the enclosure yet. But I'll show you what I'm going to do. It's going to be similar to what I did the other day. And I'll show you what I did with the Eupalaestrus campestratus. Yeah, Eupalaestrus campestratus. The eCamp, or the pink zebra beauty, I rehoused Dakota the other day, and I got another enclosure to rehouse my Brachypelma homori. We're going to start with, this is Rio. This is the Acanthoscurria geniculata. This is the larger of the two that I have. Suspected female, but we're not sure. We're going to go with a waxworm. She kind of likes sitting in her water dish. So that's her. Molts recently, not many. Did have one of the as you guys saw the other day on the last video that I did, the Chromatopelma cancerides number 5 finally molted. So I think that makes all of them that have molted. Sorry, I got frog in the throat. I think all 4 of them have molted now. 2 of them are sold, along with one of the Brachypelma vagans and the Poecilotheria metallica. They all should be being shipped out next week. It'll free up a little bit of space for me for some, some other things. It'll free up 2 arboreal enclosures for when the HMAC probably could move now if I wanted to. And I probably could go ahead and move the Salmopaeus erminia into the bigger mainstay 1-gallon containers. But I'm also going to be doing, I have 3 large enclosures for arboreal, and they're the big, huge display cases. So one will be for my Salmopaeus pulcher female, one will be for the Poecilotheria subfusca, and the other one is going to be a toss-up between the Salmopaeus cambridgei and the Poecilotheria miranda. I know the Miranda's a female, so I may go that way, just because I know it's a female. And then if the cambridgei molts into a female, then of course I'm going to need something much bigger than what it's in right now. So, okay, so that's Rio. Probably a dozen or so tarantulas, and this one was probably the longest of all of them, hopefully. The other one should be quick eaters. Some of them we may not get to see eat, I'm not sure. We'll be feeding some Chilobrachys species, a couple of Chromatopelmas, the Holothuli longipes hopefully will eat, the 2 pumpkin patches, my Encyclotella olivacea, probably the solo Mousentropus balfouri. So there's probably going to be around 12 to 18, so we're probably looking at a half-hour, 40-minute video here. So be something nice you guys can watch while you're on Christmas vacation or something. Yeah, so let's move on to, I got the Encyclotella olivacea sitting right next to me. Okay, so we'll see if we can get the E. olivacea to come out. Nice pre-Christmas juicy waxworm. You can see the movement there already. This is one species that does not have tibial hooks as mature males, and there's also something with the spermathicae, or the lack of spermathicae, I think, with this spider too. So it's kind of hard to tell. I don't know how to tell right now whether they're male or female. I have to read up on this species. This is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, old world terrestrial. I would say this, my Orphanaicus philippinus is a top one. Big crowd favorite, that one, Cheeto. And then my Chilobrachys fimbriatus, little sling. I really, really like that little dude. Come on and get it before it crawls all the way up. Look at that beauty. Oh, we're just going to strike. You don't want to eat it? She did this the last time too, so it's fine if you don't want to eat it, and just go back in your home. I'll take it back out. She's fangs out, threat posturing. So we'll see if we can get her back in her burrow, and I'll get that waxworm out, because it's quite obvious she's not going to eat it, which is kind of odd because she's not in pre-molt. Okay, yeah, she's going crazy. We'll get it out of there. Okay, this is the Chilobrachys fimbriatus home. I actually fed the solo Monocentropus belfori, and he didn't come up at all. So hopefully, there we go, there we go. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with Chilobrachys. They can be a little moody, and definitely can be quick, but they're pretty. They're one of the species that I don't really not trust coming out. They seem to stay. They like where they're at. If they're comfortable, they generally won't come out of their enclosure. Not like an OBT, who, you know, the slightest little breeze can set them running, but never really had an issue with these guys. So that's the Chilobrachys fimbriatus, the Indian violet, molted last week sometime. Still a small little sling, maybe an inch. Oh, belfori just came up, of course. The belfori is going to get a housing upgrade after Christmas. We're going to get him out of the softball enclosure. We're going to put him in something a little bit bigger. The home vacated by I think I'm going to move the Eupalaestrus cyaneopubescens out of the green plastic clear that I have it in, with the green lid, into one of the bigger systemas that I have, that the Plesiopelma paribana and the campestratus vacated. Also, the Brachypelma hamori is going to vacate. Eventually, the Brachypelma vagans is going to need to vacate. I'm going to try and get them all into these clear acrylic enclosures. It's better for filming, and it's better for me to view them into. So, okay, so let's move on to the Chilobrachys cancrescens. Okay, so this is yeah, there's my microphone again down here. The Plesiopelma species Bolivia. He's down, or she's down in her tunnel right now, but she showed interest in me tapping on the webbing up here, so hopefully this mealworm will bring her up. Hopefully. I can see her. You guys can't see her, but I can see her. She's coming. She's coming. There she is, right there. Here we go. I love this spider. I like the markings. I mean, it's going to look pretty much like a Brachypelma vagans almost when it gets to adult size. But again, it's different. It's not something that you see in people's collections very often. So, you know, it's a favorite of mine for, you know, that reason there. You can see the darkened part of where the slight triangle is. The ocular area of the carapace, and then the urticating, almost like a mirror patch there on the abdomen. Now this is the second feeding of this little one since it molted a few weeks ago. Actually, she finally pulled the molt out yesterday and put it up on the ground. So it was down in her den the whole time. These grow painstakingly slow. They don't gain much size when they molt, so this guy's going to be in this enclosure for a long time. probably at least another year. But it'll be fun to watch it grow. I'd almost like to get a sling and then do like a month by month documentary on that particular spider itself, and then so you could see the growth of different types of spiders too. So maybe we'll explore that next year, depending on what I want to do. I do have one spider hopefully on hold with Tanya at Fear Not Tarantulas. If she got enough of the Avicularia marinae in, I did ask her to hold one of those for me. So we may even feed the 3 Avicularia slings, the Metallica and the 2 avic. So we'll see how this video goes. We got another Acanthoscurria geniculata coming up, an campestratus. Probably try feeding the Grammostola pulchra sling, and we'll see from there. Another Hapalopus species Columbia, hopefully that one will come out. So, all right, let's move on to Ash, the Acanthoscurria geniculata. This little dude I don't have a name for yet. I'd actually like to wait. I have some names in mind, but I'm not really quite sure what I want to use yet. So the original name that I thought was Santana, but I don't know that I'd like. Well, I mean, it's not really a bad name for a female either. So maybe we'll just stick with that. Alrighty. Okay, this is Ash. I'm sure Ash is going to eat. We're going to give it a waxy. Come on, Ash. You're kidding me, right? There you go. Little tongue feeding of a baby. I think you guys got a shot of the little tiny fangs from this one. The Acanthoscurria geniculatas, I don't say that I wouldn't recommend them as a beginner species because they're not really all that hard to take care of. They're just a bit defensive of their area. Even as small slings, they can get a tad bit defensive of their areas. So that would be just really the only drawback. They don't really bolt. They're not really quick moving. Well, they will use a hide, as you can see, as small slings, and even as they get bigger, they'll use a hide. Neither one of mine would dig. When I first got them, they were in a vial with some deep substrate. Neither one of them used it. They just sat up on top. So when I put them in these other enclosures, I made sure that I gave them something that they could hide in. Ash uses hers. Rio, not so much. So we'll see. Okay, we're going to try the little E-camp. See if we can get that one fed. And I think we're going to move on to the Avicularias, the 1 Hapalopus species Columbia, and then the Diadema and the 2 Manises, and then we'll probably end there. Okay, we're going to try and entice this little one up. Try and find a small waxworm for it. There we are. That'll kind of tell you that they're either hungry or they're just protecting their area, but I'm sure, oh yeah. I tell you what, these E. campestratus are really, really good eaters. They fast, like most New World tarantulas do during their pre-molt period, but when they're not in pre-molt and after they molt, they're pretty decent at eating. So that should tide that one over for a while. And let me get these guys watered and put back on the shelves, and then get the other few things down. Okay, well, so we're going to feed Chindi. This is the Chromatopelma cyaneopubescens. This is the one that ventrally definitely looks female based on what Arkham looks like ventrally. I destroyed the molt taking it out from Chindi, so hopefully we'll be able to get a good takedown here, because I guarantee you it's going to be hungry. The lighting isn't working very well for us on this one, is it? Here we are. Somewhat. think that's kind of my goal for, you know, whatever money I get from my parents and my in-laws or whatever for Christmas is to look into a new light. Because some things they're just not ideal to video. You know, trying to video, look how dark that looks. Really can't see her. Okay, so we're going to go with the Damon Diadema. We're going to throw a cricket in for her, or him, and I'm going to end the video there, upload this for tonight, and then we'll do another feeding video tomorrow with a few brackies. I'm going to move my Brachypelma hamori probably tonight. I'm going to work on getting the holes in the enclosure and getting it set up the way I want it, and then get Obi in there. So then tomorrow I will show you the Lasiodora paraibana, what she did, and then the E-camp and the Brachypelma hamoris enclosures, what I did with those. So let's get the Diadema. We're going to get a cricket in there for that one because it seems to eat the crickets much better than it does anything else. So I got to get the lighting set up, so it's going to be, you're not going to notice the pause, but it's going to be a few minutes for me. Okay, well, here we go. We're going to end here. The Damon Diadema didn't want to have anything to do with the cricket. So we're going to leave the cricket in overnight. If it's still walking around tomorrow, I'll take it out. We'll water her down. We'll try a smaller cricket over the weekend and see. But we're Chindy's here. We can actually visibly see her now because I moved the light. It's a little bit more advantageous. I found something that I can kind of get away with if the camera is stable. If I have to move the camera at all, the tripod or the angle, the light's probably going to pop right off. But it's working for now. So we should be able to do some more arboreal shots with this setup. And then the terrestrials will use the taller tripod with the other light, and then the other tripod with this little tiny LED, the phone LED. But I just wanted to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Again, I'll do another video tomorrow, maybe one more before Christmas. I'm not sure, depending on how busy we get. We're busy all day Sunday, all day Monday. Saturday, they're baking cookies, so I'll be eating cookies and sneaking dough. Don't tell my wife that. I'm a sucker for raw dough, and I've been doing it since I was a little kid, so don't tell me it's bad for me because I'm still alive. We're going to rehome the Brachypelma hamori. I've been asked to do start to finish video, so maybe that's what I'll do. I'll show you what we're going to use. I'll show you what I'm going to do for the holes. I'll show you how I do a few of the holes, maybe. I don't know if I can do that on film because the way I hold everything, I probably won't be able to, but I'll at least be able to show you what I use, and then once we're done, what we're going to do for substrate, what we're going to put in the enclosure for decorations, and then who we're going to put in it. And, well, we're going to put the Brachypelma hamori. Obi's going to move from its enclosure it's in now into one of the acrylic enclosures so that we can see his beautiful colors through plastic on the sides. And then I'm going to get one more of that size enclosure for the Nandu cyaneopubescens, and we'll move her sometime in January. I'm going to wait till after Christmas to get another one of those enclosures, unless I'm by Hobby Lobby sometime in the next week or so. We're going to go see Star Wars on Tuesday, hopefully, Tuesday afternoon. Even though I heard it wasn't all that great of a movie, I got to see it anyway. And then that's pretty much it, really. I got so much stuff I could talk to you guys about for hours. Stuff that's going on here, stuff that's going on with the collection. My foot. So I'm going to be pretty much sedentary all through January. Not going to be able to really do much. And once the Christmas holiday week is done and New Year's, I'm going to try and just kind of relax and try to stay off it as much as I can during the day, because I do still somewhat feel it when I'm walking, even in the air cast, because there is slight movement with the foot. Even though as much as I pump this air cast up, it doesn't seem to stabilize that ankle completely. The next size air cast down, which would have been a small, was too small. So I'm in the medium, and I do have a little bit of slippage with the foot slips a little bit, not to the point where it's really bending much, but if I walk too much, I can feel it. And you know, I'm hoping that as the month goes by that I'm feeling that less and less and less, which means it's healing. But I don't think the tear is really going to be a surgically repair necessity. I think it's just going to need time to heal, and it's something that we probably should have done medically, you know, sometime in November. I probably should have had this air cast on, to be honest with you. But you know, at that point in time, we were still dealing with the ankle strains and not so much the Achilles, even though the Achilles hurt. We were dealing with a lot of ankle swelling. So the therapy was based on that till the Achilles tendon started to really present itself more. Then we kind of changed the way that, I mean, the exercises I did from the beginning of therapy to when I stopped with the boot were all the same exercises. And it just varied on, you know, what the therapist did. But I think with the therapy and the working on it, didn't do it any good. And, you know, when you have a tear like that in a tendon or a ligament, the only way it's going to heal, if it can heal, is not using it. So hopefully this will heal. I'm hoping to be 100% by the end of February is my goal. I don't think that by the end of January. You know, 4.5 weeks in this thing, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. But again, this week's still been kind of crazy, doing, you know, going to get the ham and doing some shopping for my wife, and, you know, odds and ends, stuff here or there, having to go do things. Take my son to his doctor's appointment yesterday. So I've been moving. So I'm going to try and stay stationary and stay off it. And thanks to all of you that have sent me well wishes on the foot. It'll heal in its good old time. But so yeah, have a great day today. Have a great Christmas if I don't, or you don't see me again, because I will do another video before Christmas. So if you get to see this one, then you don't get to see the next one before Christmas. Have a good Christmas, and we'll see everybody real soon.